Greetings guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. A few days ago, I got these messages from Kat that just read, "I have found a man who baffles me," followed by a bunch of TikToks that this man has posted, and I immediately intrigued, interest peaked. And then last night, I was on TikTok on my For You page, and guess who showed up? This man and a woman stitching him to be like, what? Bro, what? I didn't watch the whole thing because I wanted to blind react to this man with you because people seem to really like these blind react videos. I don't really do them very often. I usually plan all my videos quite a lot. Like, I go through everything, I write notes about everything. It is rare for me to do these sort of going into it blind type things, but I've done a couple of them recently because I've been busy with other things. And you seem to really like them, so I am back for another one. This man is called, I don't know how to pronounce that, JVCERUSS, so like Jace Russ, maybe? I don't know. I don't know anything about him other than the fact he is completely baffling and nobody knows what on earth he is talking about. He's just chatting shit, and I'm very intrigued to hear this shit that he is chatting and talking about it. But before we get into it, I wanted to make a tiny little announcement. This is in advance, but I just want everyone to know because I'm excited. You may see behind me, I have my fun little collection of things, but one of the things behind me is this guy, this cute little Kiwi. And you may have noticed, if you were looking closely, that she actually used to be this guy. But she's had a glow up. Back in 2021, I released this Kiwi in collaboration with Makeship, and they reached out recently and asked me if I wanted to re-release it. And I was like, oh my god, yes, please. I would love to, but can we make a modification? I don't wear these glasses anymore. I have these cute little pink flower sunglasses that I wear instead. So can we do that? And they were like, hell yeah. So now I have a little updated cute little Kiwi with these cute little pink sunglasses, and it's got a little second edition stamp on the bottom. And I'm obsessed with her. I love her. She's so soft and fluffy. She's perfect. And she will be available for pre-order on June 1st. And I believe that will be running for 2 weeks. You'll be able to place your order for her. And then she's gone forever. So if you want her, mark the calendar, set a timer, I don't know, and make sure you can get your hands on her because she is glorious and fantastic, and I love her so much. Along with the Kiwi plushie, there will also be a t-shirt available, which looks like this, which I think is so cute. It's got all my favorite things on it. Coffee, books, and my dog. So, you know, like the best things. So obviously I had to put them on a t-shirt. It's also got these cute little flowers. This will also be available along with the plushie on June 1st. The reason I'm not wearing it presently is that I'm wearing this corset top that I spent ages tying up, and I didn't want to untie it. So that's why I'm not wearing it. June 1st to order both of those. So great. Thank you for that. That is all I have to say about that. I will remind you closer to the time, but I'm very excited, so I wanted to share now. Into whatever this man has got going on. All right.
I'm going to say this in like the nicest way possible because it is just my experience dating as a male, an American male.
Oh God, we're off to a great start. I'm going to say this as gently as possible, but it's just my experience dating as an American male. I'm already tired. I'm already tired. Okay.
When you try to bring up a high frequency topic with an American girl compared to a girl from pretty much anywhere else in the world, it is just always this is not received. They just kind of disconnect. Try to talk about esoteric topics, like ancient topics, masculine, feminine topics, really anything. And American girls just like, what are you talking about? And just disconnects from the conversation.
I'm hoping that he explains what the fuck he's talking about, because so far, bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
From my experience with girls from other countries, it's just like they don't. It actually goes deeper. The conversation actually continues on It's like they actually want to tap into, in my opinion, what are more like feminine style conversations of like exploring consciousness.
Okay, I'm pausing here for a second to be like, hey, what are you asking? What are you talking about? What are you asking these women? And how are you being like, all American women, they don't want to talk about anything. They don't want to talk about like deeper connection stuff. They're like in a different space where they're just talking about boring shit and they don't want to connect on a deeper level or have any like mind-to-mind conversations. In my experience, like granted, I don't know very many American women, but like seems untrue and seems like a lack of conversational skills on your part. Like, what are you asking? What are you attempting to talk about with these women? Have you considered that maybe you are just like not making them feel comfortable and safe enough with you to talk about things that they actually care about? Have you considered the fact that maybe they're protecting themselves from like your judgment? You're just like not giving, you know, the good vibes that they feel they need in order to talk about that shit with you? Have you considered that maybe, you know, you're like dating women in a particular field that maybe just are more interested in topics that you are not interested in? Like there are how many women in the US? Like a fuckload. There's so many women in the US. Hundreds. There's like 300 million people in the country. So like 150-ish million like girls and women. So like there's some very broad generalization you've got going on here, bro. Okay, let's carry on. See if he actually gives us a little bit more information.
And I just don't get that ever. Like my sister is like, you know, you could just try to find an American girl that likes to travel, do these things. And I'm like, yeah, but you just don't understand. They don't actually want to tap into these higher echelon conversations. They just want to disconnect and just talk about like random patriarchal bullshit that just doesn't matter and is so irrelevant. Certainly not what I want my wife to be focused on talking about. So yeah, I might be talking about the 99.9% of American women. I'm sure there's like the 1% that are able to connect on this level.
I'm talking about 99.9% of the women. I'm sure there is 1%. That's not that maths. I know that that's like an unimportant detail, but it kind of also, I think, speaks to the fact that he's just spouting absolute fucking trash. They just don't want to talk about things on a higher level. I'm just speaking from experience, man. My sister's always like, maybe you can find an American girl who likes to travel. No, I don't think that's it though. I think that I am so unique and individual and all the American women are just like not. They're just like so basic. And I'm gathering from this also that when he's talking about American women, he's talking about Western women, right? Like this is it's giving the vibe of like he is very US centric. And he's talking about like American women, but he actually means Western women in general, but doesn't view the world outside of the US. And he is living in Southeast Asia presently. I love that I can tell that just from his vibes and the way he's talking that he's like most definitely one of those guys who's like living in Bali or Bangkok or something. No, probably not Bangkok, not a city. He'll be living in like some beach town like Bali or somewhere in Vietnam or something on the coast. And like he's treating that as like a different world, and it's just got this weird fetishizy kind of thing. Like he is such a US centric person who also like fetishizes other cultures. And am I making assumptions based on 1 minute I've seen from this man? Yeah, but I think that I'm correct. And maybe we'll find out. Let's see how much validation I can get in this assumption I've just made.
Probably because I don't live in America and I don't prefer that. But, you know, I've met some people that live in America that can connect on it, but they're not from America. Obviously, they're, you know, South American or from somewhere else. Conversations are always so boring and so surface level and so about work and, like I said, just like basically all catered around industrialism and the Industrial Revolution instead of like what actually matters on Earth.
That's what all American girls care about is the Industrial Revolution. That's the only conversational topic that American girls have is about the Industrial Revolution and not actually anything that's actually important on Earth. What are you talking about? I don't think I've ever had a conversation with anyone ever that has been about the Industrial Revolution. I don't think that's a conversational topic that comes up very often. What he's implying just that like the conversations that exist are around like technology and like what we have? I'm so confused by what the fuck you mean.
I don't know. Hopefully that's not too mean to say, but that is just a wake-up call if you are an American girl. This is what some of the men trying to date are considering when talking to you.
Yeah, girls, don't talk about the Industrial Revolution. It's not what men are after. They don't want you to talk about the Industrial Revolution. They want you to talk about, he hasn't given any examples of what he means about like high frequency topics, and I don't entirely know what that means. Feminine style, high frequency topics. I feel like that's leaving a lot out there. I don't quite know what you're talking about. If we're talking about like spirituality and stuff, bro, are you trying to say that you've never met an American girl who like talks about spirituality and shit? You're out of your goddamn fucking mind. Do you know how many people are fucking out here talking about their horoscopes every day and their star signs? You know how many people I see who do like tarot readings and love their crystals and put crystals in their water bottles and shit? Like, granted, yeah, most of these people that I'm talking about are queer. But that's beside the fucking point, all right? Firstly, some queer women date men. Secondly, I'm sure it's not exclusively queer people. That's just the people that I see, right? I just feel as though you're bullshitting, and this is all just coming from a place to fetishize other cultures. And yeah, that's really my only takeaway from that video, is that he just feels like he's better than people and is trying to find an excuse to fetishize people. And also that he does not take any responsibility in a conversation at all. Like, there are comments on it being like, what are some of the questions you're asking? And he just replied, not the point. It very much is the point. And someone said, it really is the point. And so he replied saying, nature, spirituality, nutrition, family, fitness, animals, travel, culture, the list goes on, use your brain. Those are all things that I think everyone talks about. I don't know a single person who doesn't talk about those things. If any, like, what do you mean? Nature? Nutrition and fitness. You think there are no women in the US who care about and talk about nutrition and fitness? Do you live under a fucking rock? What is get over yourself, bro. Get off your fucking high horse, all right? Stop it. Jesus Christ. American girls don't talk about animals. What are you chatting? What's next? Okay, this is him answering what he means by patriarchal topics. Let's see what he has to say.
We're doing another follow-up video to the main video about American women and what patriarchal topics means, because it doesn't mean talking about the patriarchy. It means talking about topics that the patriarchy has programmed into their mind. And so instead of talking about things that are innate to feminine curiosity and what feminine would think about and overall beliefs and curiosities related to women, they instead would talk about things that men have put into their mind over the course of time to be interested in and talk about, which is exactly what I'm not interested in. I don't want a wife that talks about things that men have programmed into her mind.
What are you talking about? What? I'm like, do you realize the I love when like men like this, it's like he's almost trying to be like, I love women and I'm a feminist because like fuck the patriarchy, in a way of being like, you know, he's acknowledging the patriarchy is real and that men have power, and he's like, women have been told what to think by men, and I think that's bad. I think I want to talk to women who don't, but then at the same time shaming women for that, and also implying that we as women are incapable of individual thought and holding our own opinions, and that everything that we talk about and care about outside of what he clarifies and thinks of as feminine is like not our own and has just been put there. Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't even remember what the examples were. He didn't even give any fucking examples. I don't want to talk to women about anything that men have put into their minds. Like what? Like what are you actually talking about? Please give some examples of what you fucking mean. I feel like we can be interested in things and be like multifaceted. You know, like I can care about things that men care about, and I can care about things that men don't care about, and I think that I am able to form my own opinion and think my own thoughts about things. Don't imply that everything I think is just because a man has told me to think it. Fuck you. And no, go away. Oh my god. It's okay. What's next? Don't ask me about politics, Super Bowl halftime shows, or what I do for work. I'd rather talk about health, traveling, nature, spirit, culture, or really anything else. Bro. This is the most white man fucking bullshit, man. Don't talk to me about politics, the Super Bowl halftime shows, or what I do for work. Like, the most cishet white man bullshit is like putting all of those three things on the same level as something like this. Like, I don't give a fuck about politics. It's unimportant. Take your privilege and like reflect on that for a minute. And then putting that on the same as like, don't talk to me about the Super Bowl halftime. Like, those are not even remotely the same fucking thing. And then don't ask me what I do for work. Are you too good for work? Is it because, you know, work is like against what humans were meant to do? Which I agree with, by the way. I think that, yeah, the concept of like the 9 to 5 and how work culture works in capitalism is bad. And that isn't something that we should do. But that's a political conversation, and you don't want to be having that. So, like, if you don't like work and you disagree with the capitalistic structure, but you also don't want me to talk to you about how capitalism is bad, what do you fucking want from me, bro? You want me to just, like, have enough money to like live sufficiently forever, and so I never have to work and I can just spend my life in tune with nature? Like, that would be great. However, that is incredibly unrealistic. People are going to ask you what you do for work because we do live in a world where like most people do in fact have to work in order to be able to survive. And these women that you're talking about in other countries also work. And they will also ask you what you do for work. Like, capitalism kind of exists everywhere, even in places that are like not capitalist countries, like communist countries and such, are still largely quite capitalistic because that's the world we live in. And even in those countries, people do still work and will still ask you what you do for work. Politics is everywhere. Politics is life. Your posting and your beliefs and all this shit that you're saying, this is all politics, bro. All of this is everything you are doing is political. Saying like American girls are this and foreign girls are this, that is politics, man. That is a political stance that you have. Just wanted to let you know, man. Okay. What other bullshit is he saying? Okay, this person asked a question we're all thinking. I'm curious what a high frequency question would be on a date.
Like, people just don't know what it means. Like, we're energetic beings. There are things that give us more energy and charge us up and increase our vibe. Like, you talk about like it's a vibe, it's not a vibe. Like, that is what I'm talking about. You have a high frequency thing. When you go and do something, you're like, oh, this is a vibe. That is a high frequency moment you're experiencing. When you are in somewhere and you don't like the vibe, that is a low frequency thing you are experiencing. And as energetic beings, the more low frequency things you let surround you, the less happy, less fulfilled, less joyous, less laughter you'll have in your life.
I mean, pause. So far, yeah, not incorrect. This is true. If you surround yourself by joy and things that you love, you are going to be happier. And if you surround yourself by things that you don't love and make you miserable, you are going to be less happy. That does make sense. That is true. I am with you. Once again, however, not everyone has that choice like you do. But I think we are all in general understanding of the fact that yes, that is true, and that does indeed make sense. But let's carry on and then see why American girls don't get this.
I want to talk about things that revolve around increasing that and continuing to increase consciousness, not things that are societal and cause divide and cause arguments and make people want to go and freaking to beat up other people because of their opinion on it.
Hey man, you're already doing that. Like I said, this is already very political. I just am fucking obsessed with the like privilege that leaks off of some people. Being like, I just want to talk to people who choose happiness over everything. I want to choose people who are like me, who do not have to worry about anything. I want to talk to people who don't have to work. And who don't care enough to vote because whoever is in charge, like, it doesn't impact them. I don't want to have conversations where people are gonna like argue and get mad and disagree. Bro, literally your entire thing is doing that. Your entire thing is just, your politics is just like, I'm fine no matter what. I live a very privileged life and I don't understand why other people don't also live this very privileged life. Why don't they just do what I do? People don't have the opportunity to do that. That's literally that's the whole fucking thing, man. This is like, it's so frustrating too, because like, you know that he is someone who is living in a foreign country. As I said, most definitely he is living in Southeast Asia. I'm sure I could go to his TikTok page, and I will do that in a minute, and see that that is where he is living. And it's like acting as though everyone there lives in the same way that white people live there. But that's not how it fucking works, man. You are able to live very like lavishly and in a way where you don't have to worry about work and things in these countries because their money is not worth as much as your money is. Everything is much cheaper there for you, but it is not cheap for them. You have American money in a country where their currency is not worth anywhere near as much. So you are able to have to work so much. You can probably live off of savings for quite a long time and still live in a nice place and still eat like good food. But most people there are not able to do that. Most people there are still working and they are still voting and they still care about all of these things because they're all people. We're all people. They may hold different beliefs. Like, yeah, a lot of places in Southeast Asia, there's a lot of like Buddhist people and they have a very different view. Like their faith is obviously quite different to people who are like Christian or hold other religious beliefs. And they do exist more on the line of like, you know, vibes and frequencies and stuff like that is more aligned with a lot of the faiths and such that exist over there. So there is going to be a bit of a different outlook on life, and like that is a bit of a different cultural perspective. Obviously it is a different culture and that does, you know, grow different people. However, acting as though they are so separate and like almost as though they're like treating them like they're barely even human, right? Like it's so weird to treat like these other women as though they are a different species entirely, whereas like we are all women. We just have different upbringings and different surroundings. And yeah, we care about different things, but we all experience life. And none of us are as fucking privileged as you are, right? Like, there aren't going to actually be very many women who are entirely vibing with you and like on this idea of being like, you know, I'm here and these women are better and yada yada. Like if you are looking at, you know, so many of these women and talking about them in this way, it is such a weird thing of like, you know, there is some sort of power involved in this sort of situation of like, he feels like he is better than everyone. And he's just got a weird vibe. He's just got a real weird vibe. And I don't fuck with it. There's still more to this.
Like a lot of things that are high frequency are universal. Like they're not actually, there's not really that much argument to be had about them because they are natural law. They exist in nature. They're not made up societal constructs by men to continue to divide the world and keep you from having high frequency conversations. So low frequency questions would be things like politics, work, money, finance, all these different things that just cause stress in people's lives. High frequency stuff would be things that are related to nature, spirituality, fucking, you could throw psychedelics in there, stuff like that, fitness, health, nutrition, exercise, like family dynamics, raising kids, where you want to raise kids, travel, culture, all these things are like high frequency questions and things you could talk about.
Like, once again, bro, I love being like, low frequency is like work and politics and money. High frequency is like family dynamics and travel. Yeah? Those are very interwoven things. Family dynamics and travel and like money and politics. That's the same fucking conversation, bro. Like, you cannot... Being apolitical isn't real. That's what I'm trying to get at. Every opinion you have about politics is a political opinion, and being apolitical is not fucking real. That's really it. And sort of sitting here and being like, talking about money is like so depressing, and I would really rather not. I would rather talk about having a family and traveling the world. You know what you need to do that? A good amount of money. So like, you kind of need to have these conversations. If you were dating someone, you kind of need to talk about work, because you've got to earn money to support your family. And once again, you might be living in a country where like you have more money, so you're able to like do all these things, but the foreign women you are talking to are earning like local currency. You're going to have these conversations. And if you have a fuckload of money and they do not have that much money, you've got a financial power imbalance going on. And if you don't ever want to talk about money, there's gonna be some issues. And I feel like these women are not particularly safe. And if they are using you for your money, good for them. However, it does show that you don't actually give a fuck, and you just want someone to be under your power a little bit, and who will just say whatever in order to make you happy. So yeah, okay, carrying on.
That have no relation to societal bullshit that's made up to keep you from actually exploring the human mind and the earth around us. So when you're trying to go and think about what to talk about, you should try and think about things that are of the earth, not things that are of the world, because things that are of the earth are typically more high frequency than the things that are of the world. And if you don't know what I mean by that, you can consider world to mean society, because society makes up a bunch of constructs that they want you to live within. So it's the best way I can answer this question without just telling you to go Google it, because you could Google this question and you would get plenty of good answers, and you could write them down for your next date.
It's just so frustrating, because like, he's right. Like, he is right to a degree, right? Like, I get the foundation of what he's saying, but just because it's made up doesn't mean it's not real. You know what I mean? Like, it's like money, right? Money is made up. Money's not fucking real. However, it is real. We may have created it and the concept of it and how it's used, but like, we still, considering it is something that is still required in order to get by, it is real, even if it is a construct. Like, all of this, it's like, I don't want to deal with the societal bullshit that's all made up. It's all just a construct made to control us. Yup, true. I agree with you. However, it's still happening, man. It's still impacting us. Like, I can disagree with it and acknowledge that it's a construct, and that it would be great if it wasn't all forced on us. We didn't have to work 9 to 5s, and we could do what we love, and we didn't have to like work ourselves to death to just live in a house and like pay for food. Like, I agree with all of that, but it doesn't change the fact that that is the reality that we live in. And this is where I'm confused, man, because like, I can have this conversation. I'm having this conversation right now and talking about how capitalism sucks and society is shit, and like all these social constructs and shit are like bullshit. But that's a political conversation, and I cannot undo that, and I cannot fight against those constructs if I don't take a political stance. If I don't care about politics and I'm not actively involved in politics, I don't have the fucking right to sit here and talk shit like this. Like, if you are here being like, I don't want to talk about politics, I don't want to vote, I don't care about politics, I don't care about any of that, you're not helping. You are being incredibly selfish in this. You are like, I think we should all live like this, and I think that we should say fuck capitalism and fuck society, and we should all go back to being with nature. Okay, that is a political stance. You have to be willing to have political conversations and like actively try to make that happen. Like, I'm just so confused as to how you can just remove yourself and be like, I don't care about politics. Your entire thing is politics, bro. There's one final TikTok I was sent. Let's see what he has to say.
About a group of people The only people who disagree with the video is the group of people that the video is about. So it kind of tells me, if everybody else agrees that it's not that group of people, something tells me it's probably an accurate statement. However, what I will say, the caveat, is that many people also think that it is both sides, men and women. So probably true. I think America overall, which we know is just low frequency place of being. It wants you to just be a worker bee, wants you to just build its economy, doesn't want you to actually chase consciousness and level up, because it wants you to just want to make more money, buy more cars, buy a bigger house, increase your bank account, buy jewelry, buy chains, buy all this bullshit, buy watches. That's all they want you to do, because that means you have to make more money.
Okay, see, he keeps validating my first assumption that I made, in which, yeah, he is just US-centric. Because, bro, if you... this is just capitalism. This is just capitalism. This is not an America problem. This is an everywhere problem. This is just, unfortunately, the fucking world, bro. If you were being like, this is an American problem, you cannot call yourself cultured or traveled or like you have any idea of anything in the world around you. You are viewing the US as the only place where capitalism affects people, and then being somewhere else being like, it's a whole new world. This is the rest of the world. This is what everyone else is doing. This is, oh my God, it's infuriating. Bro, you have money there. You cannot complain about capitalism and how everyone has to work to earn more money in order to live a big, good, lavish life. And then, like, to combat that, go somewhere where, like, you are just the person with a lot of money. Like, you aren't actually changing anything. You're complaining being like, all America does is tell you to get rich. And they want you to make money and make other people money. And they just want you to think that being rich is all that life is about. And I wasn't for that. So you know what I did? I went somewhere where I was fucking rich. Bro is saying that it's fucked up that America wants you to think that all you need is money, and so his solution was to go somewhere where he had a lot of money. And then is like, it's so different here. People aren't just like on the grind all the time. No, bro, it's just that you're living lavishly because you have a lot of money. So you aren't exposed to that because it's easier for you to ignore it. People are still there desperately trying to earn money. People there are still working. So, I don't know what the fuck you're on, but yeah, man, your whole thing is that you hate capitalism, supposedly. And I'm with you. I'm with you. Fuck capitalism. Everything you're saying is true. This is, in fact, how capitalism works. It is just, you are a cog in the system. They do want you to earn more money so they can make money. They are exploiting you and keeping you down. They don't want you to ever be able to rest, because as soon as you rest, you're able to fight back. Like, they work you and don't pay you so that you have to keep working and they keep getting money and there's no way out. Like, all of this is 100% true, and it is incredibly fucked up. But your solution of just running away and going somewhere else where, like, you are just now the person at the top who is taking advantage of people who have less than you, that doesn't speak well to you, man. It just it doesn't. Those aren't points in your favor.
An ignorant American that didn't realize anything, that spent all my money at clubs and wanted to just get a new flashy car and spent thousands of dollars on clothes and wanted to get a random watch. And now I look at all that and I'm just like, wow, I was an absolute bot. I was an NPC playing in their little Sims game, in their little simulation, and now I'm not. And so I want to help you not be that and grow out of that, because it is not what life is about.
It's that easy, isn't it? As soon as you realize that you're a cog in the machine and that capitalism is the problem, just leave. Just get out. Just take your money, because obviously you've got a lot of money, and then go live in a country where your money is worth more, and then take advantage of the cheap labor there instead, and then you can connect with nature and live lavishly. You don't have to work anymore. You can just use someone else's labor. Don't be a cog in the machine. Be the one who is in charge of the machine. Yeah, man, it doesn't fucking work like that. You can fucking hate capitalism and still have to be a part of it, right? Most people aren't able to just drop everything and move to fucking Southeast Asia. That is not something most people can do, and it's not something that like people with ethics typically want to do. Like, I love Southeast Asia. I've traveled Southeast Asia a lot. I fucking love it there. I think it's beautiful, and it will always have like a piece of my heart, and I would love to go back. Like, this is not me being like, no one wants to live in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia is fucking incredible, but there is a massive problem with white people with money going there and taking advantage of it. Like, they are losing their culture. They are like having so much taken away from them because white people have been going there for like years and years now, and like buying cheap land and, you know, buying family businesses and turning it into something else. It's so fucking sad. I used to go to Cambodia every year, and every year when I went back, I would see more and more of it changed. And one time between 2018 and 2019, when I went to like Siem Reap, there were like these wonderful little cafes and restaurants that existed that were run by, you know, families. And then the year I went back, the next year, it was like a petrol station and a Starbucks. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Sitting here and being like, you know, it's all about good vibrations and like finding places that connect with nature, but you are contributing to actually harming these people and their cultures and the places that they live, and taking away their resources and their livelihoods because it allows you to live a better life. Like, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up. And it makes me so upset that so many of these people do go to these places and just be like, oh, it's so great here. It's so good. Everyone just lives so relaxed and like in tune with nature. Look at everything you can do here. The people who are from there can't fucking do that, man. They can't do that. You can. They can't. And it makes me so mad and upset when I see it. And I see so many people talking about it and like encouraging people. Like, he's here being like, as soon as you realize and look in the mirror, you'll do it too. Please don't go and move to like somewhere in Southeast Asia to just like take advantage of cheap labor and cheap accommodation and things. Like, it's fine to travel there. It's great, I think, to experience other places and new cultures and to like immerse yourself in culture, even to stay for a period of time. Like, that is fine. Even if you do want to like, you know, live there in specific ways or whatever, like it's fine to travel and to like experience culture, and I think that is a great thing. But there's something very different about like that and about being there and being a part of the community than there is to like go and just like take advantage of it and like live there specifically because it's cheap and because you feel some sort of like superiority and like connection that you are taking away from other people. You know, there's like two different ways to go about traveling to like places like that, and this man is just pissing me off so bad with everything that he is saying. Especially like, yeah, the assumption of being like, as soon as you realize capitalism is bad, you'll leave it behind. People can't do that. There's such a shame thing around that too, right? It's like this whole idea of like when people say like, if you hate it that much, you just leave. If you were really miserable, you would just leave. Why do you keep choosing this thing that makes you miserable? People don't have a fucking choice. People don't have a choice. That's the problem. And you literally laid out the problem. Like, people are having to work and they're being beaten down and they have to do all this. Yeah. And that's why they can't fucking leave, because they're not being paid enough. They don't have the money to just drop and leave. You don't have the like ability to like quit your job and just like live for yourself. Most people cannot do that. And to sit here and like shame people for not doing that and not like doing what you did is just so fucked up and unhelpful. And this is why politics are important. And the fact that you don't care about politics because it doesn't impact you and it's a low frequency topic, like that speaks a lot of your nature. And I hate your nature. So yeah, that's this guy, Jace. Fuck Jace and all these people like him. There are too many of them and we need them to stop. We need them to fucking stop. I'm so sick of people like this. So yeah, thanks Kat for sending me this man. He really got under my skin, obviously. So yeah, let me know if you want to see more videos like this, both of Kat sending me things to blind react to, or of me talking about topics such as this, as like, you know, people going and living in places like Bali and promoting it as this like amazing new world exotic place, because I don't think enough people talk about that. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I'll try to dig up some stuff, because I'm sure there's a lot of it that exists out there. A huge thank you to my Kiwi Cat patrons: Rain Remaining, Mossy Moose, Noah, Bingo Bango Who Ate My Mango, Kiaram, Bug Loves Cats, Kaylee, Kojo, The Beebs, Tess, Alicia, Bree, Chastity, Beckett, Prismatic PT, Sushi, Kawaii, Phil the Duck, River, Queen Glimmer, Ella, Mr. Noodle, Radsack, Knitting Menace, Chris, Ellie, Ikazel, and Alexis. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah. When you close your eyes